Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. My name's Lydia Sutliff. I am a director with Champion Enterprises in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm actually on the Ohio-Pennsylvania line. I live about an hour and a half from here. So I am excited to be with you all tonight and share some warranty training with you. All right. I know it can be frustrating if you don't have the right tools or don't understand it. So hopefully by the end of this, we'll be able to get rid of some of the confusion for you all. All right, so I am going to share my screen here. So I want to share screen and where did it go? Windows. Oh, there we go. All right, can you guys see that? Just give me a thumbs up or something. Yay, thank you, Diane. And I think Mary down here. So, all right. Okay, so we're going to just jump right into this. And like I said, hold your questions until the end, and then I will get to your questions at the end of this as we go through. So, welcome everybody. So first of all, I want to start with letting you know warranties do not have to be hard. Okay? I need to get rid of that thing. Warranties do not have to be hard for you. Because basically you need to, okay, how am I going to do this? Oh, there we go. You just need to have the right tools. You need to know where to find them and how to use them. Okay? They're there for you. Sometimes they're a little difficult to find until you understand where you need to go look for them. All right? First and foremost, print out the parts index and the parts book. Okay? So that's what I have in here. All right? You have your parts index, if you can see that. And then I also have the parts book in the back of here as well. All right? So what this does for you, this is going to make it so much easier for you to find your warranties, find your parts. To find them, you go to my.tupperware.com. You log in like you normally do. Click on last 14 days. And then just type warranty in the search bar there. And it's going to pop up for you. All right. And then you just click on the ones that you want to print out. And I strongly suggest putting them in a folder or binder or kind of something like this, not a folder, but some kind of a binder. You can use a 3-ring binder as well. Please do not just punch holes in it, because after a while, after you use it, the holes are going to rip and then you're going to have a mess. And with these, I put them in the sheet protectors. Okay, just put them in the sleeves like this, and it's going to protect your pages, and it's going to look very professional for you as well. You're not going to have to worry if something gets spilled on it. If it spills on it, you just wipe it off, and you still have your pages here. There's quite a few pages. All right, so you want to keep them neat, and you want to keep them so that you can use them. Carry your book to your parties. It makes it so much easier to look parts up than trying to do it on your phone. I know for me, it's like trying to look it up on my phone is trying to scroll and find it, and everything is just, it's hard to see them a lot of times, and and to have the book right there, you can set it there and you can just flip through it and find what you need. Okay. So all your Tupperware products have a mold number. I'm sure you all understand that. It's going to be either a 3 or 4 digit number, and it's very small. So, and you only use the 3 or 4 digits, the 3 or 4 numbers before that little dash. Okay. And kind of a little trick for you is your phone. To read the numbers. All right. If you just open your phone and you have your product, that you want to look up your number on, just open your phone and click on your camera, open your camera up as if you're going to take a picture of it, and then just open it up. Just widen your lens, zoom in on that number, and then it's very, very easy to see it. There it is. Very easy to see. It brings it right up there for you so that you can read it. Okay? So instead of trying to squint and trying to figure out what it is, just like as if you're taking a picture of it, you don't actually have to take the picture, but just zoom and it'll open up for you. So there's a little tip for you. All right? And then you can find your parts by name in the parts index, or you can use the mold number in the parts book. So when you have your parts index, all right, everything is listed here in alphabetical order by name of product. All right. So now, like for your bowls, it'll have bowls, and then it's going to have a lot of bowls listed underneath it. For bowls, it starts with cereal bowl, batter bowl, cereal bowl, classic shear, fix and mix, mixing bowl, one touch, salad, servilier. Some of these are obsolete. Stacking bowls, that's a bowls, Wonderlier bowls. So it's all very easy there for you to find. And then the parts are listed so that, and it will give you the mold number. Okay. So if somebody says, I have a Wonderlier bowl, they don't know what the mold number is. Sometimes they're broken in like right through the mold number. I've had that. So the parts index makes it very easy for me to find that part. And then it's going to tell you each piece and what the mold number is. Okay. Now, when you have your mold number, then you can find it in your parts book. Okay. Your mold numbers are all in order here, in numerical order. So they're not going to be alphabetical, but going to be in numerical order for you. All right. And you're going to see some of your parts, as you see on this picture here. I just kind of put some together here. So I just show you the different things. Some of them are going to be obsolete. Some of them are going to give you the order number. Some of them are going to say catalog. And then we'll go from there. All right. Okay, that's there. Okay, so in your parts book, if the mold number is labeled OBS, that's obsolete. And that means that that part is not available to order. Okay. If the mold number is labeled CAT, excuse me, that is catalog, and you will use the catalog number to order that. Okay, and some items that you'll see for that, I'll get to in a little bit here. For obsolete items, you want to get the complete product from your customer, and then find something similar size and value for them. Order the complete part, such as the bowl and seal, if they have the complete part. If all they have is the bowl, you get them the bowl. And then they can buy the seal. All right. I recommend that you do not give credit for obsolete items. This will take away from your sales credit, and it will cheat you and your customer. All right, in my mind. They'll be much happier with a new similar product. Did y'all know every time that if you put in obsolete credit for somebody, say it's $10, it's going to deduct $10 off of your sales that you have in for the month. Okay, so I don't recommend doing that. Just find something very similar and switch it out for that. Okay, some of the obsolete items in your parts book are going to have the mold number for the newer piece, and then you can use that to go ahead as well. Okay, now if it says catalog, you're going to use the catalog item number for the product to order it. All right, and this is going to be for items such as the can opener, measuring cups and spoons, the silicone spatula, some things like that. So, and then there's also the mail-in warranties. Okay, so your Ultra Pro ovenware, your cookware, your knives, that product all needs to be mailed into Tupperware. And they verify that it is to be replaced under warranty. Okay, and then they'll take it from there. Now, have your customer mail it in, or if you mail it in, charge them for the postage or shipping cost. You do not want to be responsible for mailing that in for them because that can get expensive. All right, that's theirs to mail in. And then Tupperware's either going to mail them a new item or issue them a gift certificate so they can purchase a new item. Okay, and if they get a gift certificate, they need to go to your website and place the order. And there's on your website, there'll be a place at the end of the order that they can put in a gift certificate number, and it will deduct that amount off of their total. So when they do that, make sure that they include a paper with all of their contact information and a description of the product they're returning. Also have them keep a copy of that paper. Okay, because sometimes it can take a little bit of time and you kind of forget and things like that, but if it gets lost in the mail or anything like that, you want to make sure that you have this and you have a copy of it. Also, insure it, okay? A lot of your products will have at least a minimum of $50 insurance included, things like that for doing things like this. So that way you have a tracking number and you can see where it's at. All right. So your warranty products, these ones get mailed to Attention Warranty, 248 Tupperware Road, Hemingway, South Carolina, 29554. Okay. I'll give you a second to write that. So that's going to the factory in Hemingway. It's not going down to Orlando to Tupperware headquarters. It'll go to the factory, and then they'll check it there, and then take care of it from there. All right. So now when you're ordering your warranties, you add the order number just like any other item number. But then make sure that you click on the drop-down box on the left and change it to warranty. Click verify, and that's it. It's that easy. It will update it for you, and you don't get charged. Now, if you order the part and don't click it to warranty, you're going to get charged for the part. So make sure that you click that and change that to warranty so that you do not get charged. Okay. Now for your charges, there's no charge for warranties with any order. Okay, however, if you're just ordering warranties, there will be a shipping charge of $10 plus the tax in the area it's shipping to. So make sure you let them know that. Canada's might be different. I am not sure what Canada's totals are, but for the United States, it is $10. It's the $5 plus $5 for under 100. So $10, and then the tax in the area that it's shipping to. Okay, so don't cover that for people. If all they have is warranties and they don't want to place an order, they need to pay the shipping charge, and then I just ship it directly to their home. Okay, so that makes it much easier to take care of it as well. You're not getting it back to your home and then having to try and deliver it or ship it or anything like that. Just direct ship. Okay. So now you want to keep all of the items you're replacing for 30 days from when you order them. Tupperware will spot check, and you may have to send them in for verification. So be sure to follow the guidelines set up for us. All right. I had one of my consultants that got checked 3 or 4 weeks ago. She was totally fine, but they did check. So they do spot check. So as long as you're going by the guidelines set for us by Tupperware, you have no issues, no worries. Okay, so do not replace something that is not covered under Tupperware's warranty guidelines for that reason. If they spot check and you have something that is not warranted and you're replacing that stuff, then you'll have issues. All right. then I'm really not sure what the consequences are, but I don't want to find out either. So, all right. So, and people, friends and family especially, they will try to get you to replace stuff that is not under warranty, but stick to your guns, because I, along with any business leader, along with any consultant, manager, director, it does not matter who you are, you can get checked for your warranties to make sure that you are following those guidelines. Okay, and also when you go in to print out your parts book and that, there is there's a paper in there. There's 2 pages actually. One page is items that are covered with by the warranty, and it gives you pictures. And the other section, the other page is items that are not covered under warranty. So print those out as well and have those. So when somebody is asking you for something that you cannot, under Tupperware's rules, replace, show them. You have it in picture. Here's the picture, black and white, and then there's no argument. Okay. Okay, so you want to keep your warranties for 30 days. We talked about that, but it's a good idea to write on the bad parts your customer's name and then the date the order is placed. Your customer's name is a verification for you. If you need to look for something, you can find it pretty quickly that way. And then also the date that you place the order for it, because then you'll know 30 days from then you can get rid of it. All right. Now, when you do get rid of it, make sure that you place a large X in a permanent marker on every piece, okay? That's a universal sign for all consultants to know that that part has already been replaced. So if somebody brings you a piece of Tupperware, people pick them up at garage sales and things like that, but if they bring you something that has a big black X on it, do not replace it because somebody else already has, okay? So that's there's your sign. All right. So use warranties to build your business, guys. If you you can use this. Customer service is high on everybody's list. So if you have a bad attitude towards warranties, your customers are going to know, and they will not come back to you for future business. So service with a smile is a must. Okay. I know warranties, sometimes you get if you're overwhelmed with them, make a game out of it. And one piece at a time, you just go through it. And when I have somebody that has a lot of warranties, we sit together. I don't just take it and go home with it. We sit together, and together we go through that bag. And I will write everything up on a customer order form. Everything is written up, and anything that is not warranted, I just hand right back to her. And she's going to take that back home with her. I'm not going to keep it. All righty. So that makes it so she's not feeling cheated. She knows what you're going to replace for her. And you're not trying to figure out, well, what was wrong with this? Sometimes it's hard to tell. So, and then that's another thing that's nice to write on your parts is what's wrong with it, or put a little extra mark or something through where it's cracked or it's chipped or peeling. Or whatever it is, and then it's very easy to find. So please do not refuse to do warranties. I've heard this more than once where customers have said that, a consultant refused to do warranties. Please don't be one of those people. That gives Tupperware a bad name, and we definitely do not need that. Turn your warranties away from parties. Like if somebody brings warranties to you, you're at a show, or somebody calls you, says, I have this, needs replaced, turn it into a warranty party. Okay? And by what I mean by that is just let them know, so Diane, I understand you have warranties here. I'll be very happy to take care of them for you. But you know what? Have you been to a party lately? If you haven't, if she hasn't been to a party lately, I bet a lot of your neighbors and your friends and family and that are going to have something that needs replaced as well. So why don't we just pick a date and time, and I can come by, I can bring just a couple pieces of new products. People can look at those. Everybody brings their warranties in. While I'm writing all of those up, people can look at this, the new products. If you want to, we can even do a very quick recipe if you want. Okay. And a lot of people will do that. So now, without her knowing, you've just dated a party, okay? So get a date and a time for her and tell her to invite everybody to come over with their warranties and make it a party, all right? Make it fun, but build your business with it. What was it? My mind was going somewhere. I lost my train of thought. Okay. So be the person for your customers that you want to see anytime that you purchase something. When you go into the store, you're always looking for good customer service. You want service with a smile. And if you have an issue and take something back that needs replaced, or you just need to return, or for whatever reason, wrong size, wrong part, whatever, you're always looking for somebody that's willing to help you. Be that person for somebody else. So they want great customer service just like we all do. So do that. And I kind of make a game out of it a lot of times. If I have a lot of them, it's like, okay, we'll just do this one at a time. And it's just one piece at a time, and you go through your parts book and you find it and you write that order number down, and you go to the next one and write the order number down. And it's just then when you go to put it in your order, your party or whatever, when you're ordering it, you're placing your order, it's very, very simple. Very, very simple. So, okay, I think that's about it. If you guys want to unmute yourselves, you're more than welcome to. If you have questions, I will be happy to see if I can answer them for you.
Lydia, my name says Kenneth on there, but I'm Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
My iPad died and my computer, so I'm using my granddaughter's iPad that I
No problem.
my train of thought. Oh my Lord. When people give you warranties and and they want to have it replaced, and you get them the same thing, what are your words to them?
When I give them the same thing, or when I don't give them the same thing?
Get them the same thing because it's obsolete now.
Okay, when I don't have the same product, I let them know, Mary, I am sorry, I cannot replace that. I can't get that exact item for you, that exact piece, but we replace it with something as close to it as we can. And I will right there with her, go through and find something. Sometimes I find out what she uses it for, and we replace it with something as close to it as we can for her. Fix and mix bowl is a huge one.
Yeah.
That you just replace whether that's a bowl. Okay. They get a little bit more space. It takes the same seal. So if they just have the bowl, you don't need the seal because their seal's going to fit.
Okay. Well, I knew about the numbers. I'm doing pretty good with that. I have a lot of problems because I have a lot of health problems. So I have no memory. So it's always learning. So I always like to do all the training.
Awesome.
So, let somebody else ask a question, and I'm sure I'll come up with another one with all my notes.
Okay.
Lydia, can you hear me? This is Andrea.
Yes, I can.
Down. Okay.
Yeah, you are. Oh, my word.
I don't know how to fix it. It always comes up upside down. I sent my own piece of ultraware to warranty at in Hemingway.
Okay.
Never heard another word. No communication, no acknowledgement, no nothing. And I know it's been a long time, but I don't know. Every once in a while I think about it. How do I go about contacting them to find out what happened to that piece of Ultra Pro?
Do you have a copy of the paper you sent in with it?
If I do, I don't know where it is at the moment. I have to go through, things. I know I had a receipt from the post office for mailing it. Yeah, okay. That's around here someplace, but again, I have to look for it.
My suggestion for you would be call customer care.
Okay.
And let them know when you sent it in, what it was, and that you never heard another word, and then they can follow up on that. They will give you a ticket number, and then they can follow up on it for you.
Okay. All right, great. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. Sorry. Anybody else?
Lydia.
Hi, Marcia.
What do you say to somebody when it's an coming up obsolete, and yet it's like in the sale flyer or something.
I just explained to them that just because it's in the sales flyer does not mean that it's available for us to order parts, okay? Because the parts that we have available to order are items that are in the regular catalog, the full line catalog that is here year round. So just because something is on sale for a month or a couple of weeks does not mean that we can order parts for it.
So if something's obsolete, because the girl next door had a cookie lifter, and it's obsolete. You can't get it anymore. In fact, she uses it as a spatula. So what they did was they gave her credit for it.
Okay.
But I reordered a spatula for her to go with it. So actually, I think it cost her 90 cents, and I gave her the fee for that. But I did have to order other things with it, like for other customers, for me or that they wouldn't charge the big shipping.
Yeah, if it's just warranties, I tell people, unless it's with a party or an order, if they're just handing me warranties, they're going to wait on their warranties until I have an order coming to my home.
Okay.
So if they want it quicker, my hostesses take priority. Their warranties get done first. So, and sometimes you date parties with that. So, yeah. Don't promise them you'll have them next week or something if that's all that you have. Like if you don't have an order going in, coming to your home. Or if it's, if they're wanting it right away, it's the $10 plus the tax to ship it directly to them.
How do you find out what the tax is at where they live?
Yeah.
How do you find out how much the tax would be for where they're sending it to?
I ask them. I ask them how much it is. Or you can even like in Google it and just tax rate for Kinston, Ohio, or wherever it's going to.
Okay.
And it'll come up for you.
I used to work with somebody about 10 years ago that said she also sold Tupperware. So she was going to have one of my freezer mates replaced, and she never gave me the new one, even after I gave her the broken one.
Uh-oh.
It was bad news.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
I don't like to hear those stories.
Yeah, me either.
No.
I have another question.
Okay.
Do you ever direct your customers to the website to do their own and submit their own warranty products?
Honestly,
I understand that they can do that themselves through our website.
Honestly, I really don't, for two reasons. That can be confusing for a customer to go in and do it themselves. And the other reason, and the biggest reason, is I want to provide them customer service and build a relationship with them. So when they need something else, or they're ready for a party, if they decide they need to make some extra money, whatever, they are going to remember the person who took care of their warranties. So build that customer service with them, and you're going to have a customer for life.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mentioned that I did return something on my own. Before I was a consultant from another person's party, the person told me I had to send it in myself to that address that you gave us. And he said it takes about 6 to 8 weeks after they receive it to respond. When I called to ask them about it, because it was like 2 weeks later when I called, she said, "Oh, it'll take about 6 to 8 weeks before you get a response." She wouldn't even tell me if they received it or not, but it was delivered.
And she may, and she may honestly not have known if they had received it, because when you call, you're calling Orlando, like you're calling customer care?
I thought I called a place in South Carolina. I thought I found a number for it, but maybe not.
I am not sure that we can actually call the plant ourselves. I'm not sure about that.
Customer service. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Yeah, I think usually it's customer care that we call. And unless we can give them a tracking number or something like that, that they can look into it, they really have no idea.
Yeah, I have a tracking number, so.
Okay.
Post office. So.
Yeah, then check back with that.
Yeah. Well, it's only been a month now, so I have to wait a couple more weeks, according to that girl.
It doesn't always take that long. It really doesn't.
So
So,
maybe try and call back tomorrow or something.
yeah, just
Okay.
an update. I would just get an update from them. So,
All right.
alrighty.
Yep.
Okay. Did this help you guys at all? Do you kind of understand things a little bit better, or?
Yes.
It makes more sense with the notebook and look it up right away and
Good.
know what you're dealing with.
Yes, it makes a big difference for you.
Yeah,
Trust me, it
sounds
really,
like
really does.
And trying to hassle through it at home.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it really, really does make a difference. So, all right. Well, if there's nothing else, I want to thank you all for your time. I appreciate
you.
you all being on here. Awesome. You're very welcome. So, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, Lydia.
Yes, have an amazing week. Let's finish this month strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. See y'all.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm trying to leave meeting.